Okay, so I have the drum fan going, and Mr. is repairing my wine rack planter stand because he can't help do the most. I hope you guys can hear me because I'm using my bud mics with all the racket going on. Oh, and also, Mr.'s laughing at me. He's like, you're going to perfect that if that's the last thing you do. And guess what? I am. So I took my dad's idea. Maybe not my dad's idea, but my dad's idea. I know a lot of Y2K, your favorite Y2K gardeners are getting credit for discoveries. They out here, Christopher Columbus and the ancestors. But anyway, my dad taught me about using actually it should be a liter bottle, much bigger bottle than this. And I fill it up with water and poke holes in the cap. And then I turn it upside down. The key is to have the perfect size holes. You want enough holes for the water to drain, which it has. It didn't at first. I didn't have a big enough holes at first. You want holes big enough to drain, but not so big that all the water just drains out at once and straight through the soil, defeating the purpose. Not defeating the purpose, because it still gets some water if it's thirsty. So I was showing Mr. the big difference, the huge difference in this microtom that I have trained to be a hanging plant. But in this one, there he is, getting it done. Oh, I love him so much, but I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to do it. And this one, oh, it actually looks decent now because it has had its water. I had to make these, you can see where the bottle sucked in. I had to make the holes larger so that the water would actually come out. So I have one on each side of this Vendetta planter because it is shaped like a V. So get one bottle on each side. So it would probably benefit from the liter size bottles, you know, to make sure the water was sufficient, but I didn't feel like it. Meanwhile, that's where this idea came from. And it's working well. You can see the water coming out nicely. And he put the holes in the cap for me because they were too thick. Oh, I got a tomato ready back there. I pulled that. Oh, this was the big old green bean harvest. I share that with the in-laws. Viola. Yeah, this one actually gets a lot more sun and it's not doing as well in terms of being green and lush. But in terms of fruiting, you can see all these fruited first. Let's see how much fruit it has on this one. Not much, I don't think. Mostly flowers, but it's continuing to grow. Yeah, not nearly as much fruit, but it will soon. Here's a little bitty one. Yeah, not nearly as much fruit. Am I pacing? Oh, I might do my video from here and point. Huh? I know. About blue. Blue. There she go. There she go. She's doing laps. She keeps looping. Loop right here and go back out. Okay. I'm just catching my breath long enough to make it out here. To show you guys the Jamaican sorrel. No flowers, but plenty of branching. Plenty of branching. I think I might cut those lower branches out just so they don't run into the... I think I'll do that right now. I bet y'all don't train y'all sorrel plants like that. But guess who's gonna do it? For the shears. As you will see, I'm going to see how nice the microtom is doing. It's filling in that space there. Look beautiful. And the dude back there is beautiful as well. Okay, so we're going to I'm gonna cut. So I'm lollipopping this sorrel here, like so. Yeah. And I will take these bottom branches. Oh, so that's what it looks like after I've taken all the bottom branches. There they are. Yeah, so then all these other ones can grow up and out of the this fencing without being disturbed and cramming it up itself up into it. Onions, my red onions, and my tomato is watered. So that was the sorrel, the onions. Oh, this is my scalped peppermint. You hungry? It's official. I'm Medea. I'm Auntie Medea. Yeah, here's my microtome in the middle, and I'm gonna feed it once more because it's about halfway through its season. My cucumber is now giving me about 5-6 inches a day. Just this system, it was down here this morning. So it's doing what it should have been doing, what it should have been did. So kind of waiting on this top. I kept trying to leave this in the front of this trellis here, but I'm gonna wait until tomorrow because then I'll be able to pull it through this backside. And I'm letting these lower branches crawl to the front of these, and then they're gonna climb here. This is the moringa. She's coming along nicely. I need to harvest those lower leaves so we can go ahead and promote some upward and outward growth. Here's my sweet mint that I wanted to eventually take indoors, but I may again just go back to the regular peppermint. Well, because it's so much more tender than that firm OG peppermint. Ooh. Oh man. The sweet mint. I just put it in his nose and he was like, what is that? I was like, the sweet mint. Anyway, yeah, I got a little viola in the corner here because I am going to decorate the corners of all my planters with violas so that by the time the winter comes and everything has died back, the violas will still be holding it down on the garden front, much like it's doing on that table right there. Okay, moving on. This is my pimento pepper. I have it on the deck with us because I'm protecting it, because I'm growing this for seeds because I only have a handful of seeds left. And I don't generally grow pimento pepper. I just did the 1 year. So those seeds are so many years old. I need some fresh ones in case their viability runs out altogether. This is Patty. She has a tomato ready back here. This is her little sister who is flowering so she can fruit. My dumb ass was this year old when I realized that I should be mulching. I literally see everyone else mulching and I never saw the benefit. Even as I had my own little trick, I use a painter's comb. I never did share it with y'all because I thought it was such super secret, clever idea, and I didn't want to colonize it to come Christopher Columbus sit and ball out, and I was still struggling financially. So I never shared it, but all I did was take a painter's strainer comb, the little of the cardstock, and put it around. You know, because you cut the cone and it. You know, cut the cone so it could fit around the base of the tomato plant. I'll show you guys one day when I feel like outing myself because mulching does the same shit. And Mr. was right. I used the red mulch because I thought it was so pretty and it matched the deck, the mahogany deck. But he reminded me that, so now I immediately remembered why. people do use the untreated mulch because, duh, it's your food. So he reminded me of that. And I actually changed this. You can still see it has a little piece of red mulch. I actually changed this, but these are the tomatoes that I'm eating, and I'll be sharing other tomatoes because I have, 3 other plants. So I share those tomatoes from those plants. This is Peppermint Scallops. This is the tiny Tim that would not fruit. Now not only is it fruiting, it's full of fruit. So that must be what it does. The flowers close and open a kabillion times and finally, ultimately, fruited. So that's what they look like. This is Buddy. Still, it's a wrap. I just need some stuff to pop up from the bottom. He done. But I need whatever's gonna pop up from the bottom to pop up from the bottom because I know he's not dead in there because I pulled up the bulb, and it was just as healthy as it want to be with white roots. So I don't know what it's going through. Anyway, this is a green bean harvest that I need to wash out right now, but I will do it in a few. Violas. This is a salad bed. Struggle salad bed. These are mustard greens. I'm not sure what I want to do with them. If I want to continue to grow them or not. I know that they are a magnet for cabbage moths, and I don't even love them that much. Although they were pretty fucking good. And they didn't take as long to cook as the collards take. Which I don't mind that it take the collards long because the way I cook them now, I cook them with my meats and it gives them a good slow bake that it needs to be perfect. Anyway, green onions. I have a red bell pepper that I couldn't find a spot for. I finally got a few of these red leaf lettuce to pop. Pretty sure those are red leaf. I can see that you can see the leaf in the middle is blushed. The leaf in the middle being blushed is an indication that those are the red leaf. Now these are red as well. You can see these are red, but I feel like those are beets. I feel like those are beet greens, and I don't even like beet greens like that. So if that's what they are, I got them from a mesclun mix, and if those are beet greens, I'm not here for it. Yeah, so these are my collards. I wish they would do their thing, but I know they need a little cooler weather to go ahead and be great. Cooler weather. And they need me to come jet spray them every day to make sure the cabbage moths do not procreate within its vicinity. This is a black cherry that I topped off. I topped off down to a foot. Look, I don't know if these bees are eating this moss or building something with it. The bees come in. I never did watch them before, but now I watch them. They come. And if you bend down, you see there's green fungus or whatever. I don't know if they're eating it or what, but they're not, they don't live there. That's not it. Oh, okay. Don't get my tomato. Put some sugar every pea on it. See how they like that? So yeah, this is a black cherry that I topped off down to a foot. You see what it's trying to do here, and this is one that was topped off down to a foot. Okay, being great, and it will also be interesting to see if it will make the fruit bigger because I believe it will. I do need to cut back some of these lower leaves because these leaves get so long. Look at that. So I generally, I cut them back like halfway because they're so long. Cut that one all the way off. I'll cut this one all the way off too, shit. He don't know what to do. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. He want that green stuff, but he can't get close enough. Aww. You about that life. What y'all do to my stuff? I was taking his back so we could come back and pollinate your stuff. He be back. He in denial. Oh, meanwhile, this is the super fruited microtom. So many, so much, so many and so much fruit. Look at all the fruit on this one though, compared to the other, just flowers over there. Yeah, but that's still gonna have fruit. It just fruited sooner than this one. It's gonna, and they're gonna be bigger. Watch. Yeah, so many more fruit on this one. Mr. just said made sense. Because you know he knows how to articulate it much better. He says, so these are the ones who got all the fruit that thrive with fruit. And the other one is thrives more vegetation-wise. And that's actually the best way to articulate it. Here's the verbena. Love her. I love that she's not attracting as many white flies as she normally attracts. Could be because she's getting the shade that she likes. And I'm using her sun area for the tomatoes, the black tomatoes that need that type of sun. This verbena is struggling, so I might actually take one of these stalks and stick it in this ground. Oh, no, I know what I was gonna do. I'm actually gonna take a stalk that I have growing in the brick bed and move it to this pot. I'll show you that. So here's the other green onion and Jamaican sorrel. Once that gets near the top of this fencing here, I will lollipop it, much like I did the other one. There's a volunteer tomato. We just haven't pulled it up. Mr. No, he gonna get a whooping if he get that stuff too close to my food. So he's just going around the edges at the bottom. But this is what we harvest. It looks like a hot mess right now. Because when you harvest them things, you'll have to throw your plant out every which way. So that's what I did. On either side, these and patio tomatoes. Look how low to the ground and thick and bushy these hoes got. Let's roll, let's pull up. Look at that. Yo, look how green and thick and lush this shit is. Shout out to Mr. We finally got the drainage issue together, because he put in all the work of putting a drain in the damn thing, and it wasn't draining out of the damn thing. So he found all the spots where it was draining and put drainage there. And it's been working perfectly. So we're just waiting for this grass to grow back in here. But it works perfectly. What I'm also going to start doing is, well, I'm going to pull this and harvest it, this verbena here. And I'm only going to have the two growing on this end and that end. And the reason being is because when I go in to harvest the green beans, I am really getting tagged by this plant. And I don't know if it's causing irritation on the back of my arm. At first I thought, I was like, oh, because remember I said I need to get gloves to start harvesting the green beans, because I thought something about, and it could have been the white flies, because these attract white flies as well. And it was something that was causing irritation on the back of my arm, so I was going to start having long gloves. But what I can do is pull this whole plant, harvest it, and then when I go into, let me do it right now. Y'all, I'm scared. I need your support. Y'all with me? That's a nice harvest though, shit. So I'm gonna take that up and wash it. Close that back up. And this is the other one that I said I'm gonna take up and put into that pot. So that way I'll have all this open room to harvest. And if I want to, I could put some more, you know, salad greens or lettuce back here. But I don't think I want to, because I think I want to be able to harvest through all these. Oh, it's the heat. It's making me nauseous. Oh, here's my other moringa. It's supposed to be super tall by now, but yeah, it didn't do what it's supposed to do. Let me take this up and get a swig of water. And maybe sit for a second. I'm just hoping that that grabs onto things properly. Those are my snow peas. I've gotten a couple of snow peas from those first plants that are popping. I said I was going to get another one and put it down there. I didn't do it. I'm still going to. These are two orange bell peppers. That one is a red bell, as well as this one. Oh yeah, these two are orange. These are my callaloo, three callaloo that I transferred to this, because this is supposed to be the callaloo bed. This should be overwhelming me with callaloo right now, but it's not. You know why? Because we put another layer of soil on top, and me thinking this reseeded callaloo was just going to pop up through anyway was a mistake. I was sadly mistaken to think that the reseeded callaloo from last year was going to pop up through the whole 8 damn inches of soil that I slapped on top. Wasn't worried about it, because I know that random seeds pop up around the area, which is what happened. And I took them both and put them, well, took all 3 of them and put them in this bed. I keep saying both because I'm not really sure if this is callaloo. I think it is, but even if it's not, y'all know how callaloo do. I'll just take a branch from one of these 2 and go to town. So that's what's gonna happen this year with my callaloo. I told y'all already about the bright idea I had for a plant weight, until I realized the plant is its own weight. Could be its own weight. So I'm getting sweat in my eye. A lot of sweat in my eye. Let me go wipe my face. Ooh, I couldn't even see, y'all. I need to hurry and wash that and get it harvested. Okay, so yeah, these are the same leaves that I just cut off over yonder. This branch did snapped under pressure. But these, like I said, I had the idea of having a hanging, what I call it, a plant weight, a hanging weight. I should call it a training weight plant training weight. I don't know. It doesn't matter because for the plants that I want to use it for, they actually gradually build up enough weight to, oops, build their own unless the wind come through like that and snap that hole right off. But these are gradually hanging themselves, and the bend is gradual. I hope it doesn't snap. It doesn't look like it will. But yeah, that's doing the most. This is that same black cherry plant. And this I started topping off when it started exceeding the cage. After when it exceeded the cage about 2 feet, like it is now, 2 feet like it is now, I chopped everything down. I put it on video. So for those of you who caught that, you caught that. Because I didn't name the video for that. I just did it. And right now, we're going to get rid of some of these long ass outer leaves. Yeah, so this is the black cherry, and that is also black cherry. This is how it graduates to black. I have no idea how much you can see. But I hope you can get that. It's weird. It looks like it's going to blush to a true black. So I'm excited about that because that's the indication to me than the Midnight Snack Indigo Rose. And there's a third name that these are called that I don't recall right now. But yeah, these are. They blush from green. Oh, here you can see. From green to black, and then back to red, and then it starts blushing red, and then back to half black. So there are actually a good handful of these ready to. I'm collecting seeds so I can sell them because I'm the bomb biggity gardener. Now, look how big and juicy these bad boys are. They're huge. But I do believe it's because I did some cut. I grew this plant from a cutting. I also believe that's why it was easier to control the height. It still has flowers at the top that it's giving me because it doesn't want to give up. And I appreciate it because I don't want it to give up just yet. Hopefully we'll have an extended season that will allow me to enjoy those upper tomatoes after they ripen as well. I'm not feeling how spindly it grows, but this big ass bunch of tomatoes though. This one is not all fully grown, so I can, it's not a problem managing it. But that bunch right there, I counted 14 freaking tomatoes on it. It's heavy. I can't even lift it with that stick. And I'm not going to try to because I wanted that to go ahead and ripen nicely for me. Because that's going to be the first bunch ready. This is going to be the second bunch ready. I think that's pretty much it. I need to water my things, my herb garden in front. I need to water my herb garden. There's Ruby, being great. Look. She want to have some more children, y'all. Children. I don't know what I'm going to do with these girls. I'm going to mulch with them. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Moringa. It is unhappy. I may just put another plant in there. I hope it recovers. And there's the herb planter that's rebuilding from its last scalping. But this is the healthiest looking purslane, but I can't fuck with it because look how thick. I can't fuck with it because Mr. puts weed killer up here in the ground. It's about the size of it. I need to, am I gonna have to tie you up? Like, why are you acting up? I mean, you are really acting up. Oh boy, I'm a sweaty mess. Oh boy. Oh, I don't see how you do it, man. Anything.
I guess when I focus on something, I look at the finish line, or just not even thinking about it.
Oh, okay. You hungry? You gotta be hungry.